Tampa and Carolina square off for the first of 2 meetings over the final 3 weeks. The Bucs look to make it 3 in a row over the Panthers, right here in Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped the 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive.
They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Second and 5 now. Burrow. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Burrow. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Jabal sheared. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in April's draft, the rookie from North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lance. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jabal sheared on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw on target to Godwin here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big connection on that one. 31 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
2nd and 14.
11, 12.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out of the first drive. How to do better here?
Lance now to throw. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From midfield, here's Lance. He dumps it to Hyde. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They defer to White out of the shotgun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. Drops it off for Coleman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Now Lance. This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Burrow's throw there completes a Mooney. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense. And he
can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And Lance again going to keep it, powering forward. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down. Get a new...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quentin Williams, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Lance to throw it.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Here's Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Gay's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. To throw again on second down. Lance. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Stop short, down at the 1. Had the great move but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Lance going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And fights through one man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
On third down, Burrow taking a shot for Samuel. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And Lance's throw here taken in by Parker. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll find Parker again, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now. They'll go option to the short side. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll be out of bounds.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Conner. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. James Conner with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
11 Thomas. 11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Quentin Williams, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Malik Jackson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, Jacobs. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 38, Burrow. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Lance now on first down. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Shreds the tackle, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Connection made with Chenault. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Lance. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On 2nd and a yard, Lance. This is Chenault on the receiving end. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And running the jet sweep here to Parker. Oh, good move. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8. Bland's going to keep it on the option. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Trey Lance keeping it himself from 10 yards away as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Jabal Sheard in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Burrow. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jabal Sheard, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
After the sack on 1st down, Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. It's complete to Cook. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. Burrow looking to pass. That'll be complete to Cook. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Lance. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. But now it's Valdez-Scantling on the end around. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Able to complete this to Chenault. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Running out of the gun with White. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. On 3rd down, it's Connor.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down. Now Burrow on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Cook. 7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down and 3. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time it's 3rd and 3. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And Cook has it left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jacobs now. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 16, Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, they go back to White again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Tampa Bay, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets.
Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.